This is a follow-up on press conferences that we've had here before. There was an issue raised, it was back in November of 2010, about the air quality in Union Station. Real concern about the exposure of passengers on the trains here, particularly on commuter trains, to soot and particulate in the air. Of course, that can be a danger. And you'll hear in a minute, not only from Ray Lang, who is Vice President of Government Relations for Amtrak, but Joel Afric, who's with the Respiratory Health Association of Chicago. Well, we identified the threat, and then came the challenge how to clean it up. This threat, of course, is not just a matter of air that's dirty. It's a threat that includes cancer, heart attacks, respiratory disease, diabetes, and brain damage can be associated with these types of emissions. So we brought together the federal agencies that had a responsibility in this. They included the EPA, OSHA, Federal Transit Administration, and the Federal Railroad Administration, and we came up with a plan. We started working on the engines. Metra did an extraordinary job, putting filters on their engines, switching to cleaner burning fuel, installing automatic shutoffs so the engines wouldn't idle and cause damage to the air, and use about $5 million in federal funding to acquire new, more fuel-efficient engines. But we still had a problem. There was a problem with the building. This magnificent building has many tenants, and included within this building are some tenants with a responsibility to use exhaust fans to help with the air quality problem. Well, one of those tenants, Mr. Davies, was not really cooperating. In fact, the last time I had a press conference here, he had hired a PR firm to pass out literature about how they were not the problem. Turns out they were. Within a few weeks of that press conference, one of their exhaust fans caught fire. They just weren't the type, didn't have the type of ventilation equipment that was needed. Well, the good news is that Amtrak and others took Mr. Davies to court. And a few days ago, the court made it clear he has a responsibility to maintain these exhaust fans. And in maintaining those, it'll help the air quality in this building. Now, this is a good lesson, and it's a good story in terms of Union Station here in Chicago, but it's a story that shouldn't stop right here. When the Amtrak reauthorization bill comes up, and I hope that's soon, we're going to raise this issue again across the United States at Amtrak stations. We want passengers to continue to use Amtrak and other commuter rail in record numbers, but we want to make sure that their safety is our highest priority.